sure most of you are aware that at one time or another there was government testing on the effects of LSD on human beings to discover its psychic properties, whether they existed or not. So anyway, this story is true. I'm 16 or 17 years old. My best friend, the Vagano brothers, and me, we're headed down to central Burnaby to buy this acid. And we're in the Vagano brothers' mom's Ford Pinto. And if anybody remembers the Ford Pinto, this was the car that exploded on impact if you hit it from behind. So we go down to Burnaby to get this acid. I'm running in the back seat of the Pinto. We get it, and normally we're used to acid. It takes like a half an hour to get high, after you take it. So we pop the stuff right away. Oh, we'll be high by the time we get back home and we're settled and we got some beer to drink and whatever. Well, within like 5 minutes we start peaking. And now we gotta buy gas, and it's all a big endeavor. Okay, we buy this gas. And as we pull into the station, just trying to get home in time, we accidentally cut off this huge 4x4 with 3 huge guys in it. And they start chasing us. And they're chasing us all around the neighborhood. I'm like, don't go to my house, don't go to my house. I don't want these fucking guys to know where I live. And they finally catch us after this big, 10-mile chase around and around the neighborhood. They catch us in this intersection, they cut us off. They're like, we should rip your fucking heads off. We're like, sorry, please don't kill us. So they finally let us go, and we go back to my house. And I'm like, we're all freaked out. Okay, we just gotta get some beer. Let's call roadside repairs. And when I was young, we had roadside because we were minors, and the no liquor sales after 11 law had kicked in BC. And the only place to get booze was called roadside repairs. This was a under-the-table institution that, for 22 bucks a case, would bring you beer to your house. And at the time, beer was like 10 or 12 bucks, so it was a lot of money, but we were working, we didn't care. So we call roadside, and it's busy. And we call again, and it's busy. And we end up calling all night long, and the fucking thing is busy. For the first time ever in our lives, roadside took the night off and left the phone off the hook. Now we're screwed. We're all high on this acid. We've got no beer. And to top it all up, we're trying to be quiet in the house because my mom's sleeping in the other end of the house. So we're in my room listening to the clock radio, trying to be quiet. Finally, after a couple hours of this, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, I don't know. I was like, okay, the only thing we can do, let's go for a walk down to the Mac store. It's 24 hours. Let's get some coffees. So we go down there in the middle of the night, get these coffees with cream and sugar, and we're walking back, drinking them in the night. Like, man, this coffee tastes fucking weird, man. And we're walking back, and there's this 2-block long alley up to my house, and as we're walking closer and closer, we can hear the sound of this big V8 engine in the distance. And it's zigzagging back and forth up and down streets in the neighborhood. It's getting closer and closer. What the fuck is that, man? We get closer and closer to the end of the alley, and my house is just around the corner past the hedge. And now the V8 is like right on top of us. We can hear it rumbling away, and we can see headlights. We're like, oh my god, what's going on? We run around the corner, and there's those same 3 bullies in that big 4x4 pushing the Vagano brothers' mom's Pinto down the street in Park. Pushing it down the road. We just freak. We go right into the house. Yeah, we saw each other. These guys immediately freaked, I'm sure, and thought we were going to call the cops, so they left. But we were high on acid, so we went in and picked out the curtains. So we thought they were going to come and kill us with baseball bats. So we're just freaking paranoid for like the next 2 hours or whatever. It's finally we calm down a little bit. We go into my bedroom and we're all freaked out. We start listening to this clock radio. And all of a sudden the radio station starts sounding like the tapes being eaten. And I don't know if you know, back in the old days, DJs would just leave a reel running all night. And it sounded like it was getting eaten, and the radio station was going, and everything was getting sucked up. Going, oh man, that's weird. We all heard it. Changed the station. So we changed the station, and the next station's doing the same thing. It didn't matter where we put it, news, weather, sports. So it's like we all heard it, man. The fucking radio station is sounding like a tape being eaten. This is fucked. The sun was just starting to come up. We got to go back to Max and get some more coffee. So we walk out, we get these coffees again, we're walking back. Now the sun's coming up, and the whole perception on everything has changed. The birds are starting to chirp, the sun's coming up, and it's getting light. No, this wasn't so bad. Those fucking guys probably left the moment they saw us. We don't care anymore. We're drinking these coffees. The day is looking a lot better. We back to my house, and we sit down on this stone wall in front of my house. We're sitting there drinking these coffees, enjoying the beginning of the day, and all of a sudden I hear this sound. It's not a V8 engine, it's a little piece of crap 4-cylinder with no muffler. And it's getting closer and closer, and it's coming down the alley. And just before it came around the corner, I said, oh my god, you guys have to see this piece of shit little truck. And it came around the corner just then. It was like a 1971 Datsun, and every body panel was beat to shit and a different color. And it had a fucking chicken wire tailgate, and it had no driver's door. And the guy driving was a big fat guy with a beard, and he had 2 skinny girls stuffed into the front seat with him, and they were all laughing and having a good time, and they went driving by. And the fucking thing headed off in the sunset. My buddy just looked at me all amazed and go, when the fuck did you see that thing before? You know what? I'd never seen it before, but it's true. I pictured it a few seconds before it came around the corner, and all I can say is I guess they better reopen those investigations.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please keep that going for him.